All right. So once they
Yeah.
hire you, right, and they step, the homeowner steps out and they say, okay, take it. I can't handle this anymore. What's the normal playbook that they use that you have to go through?
Yeah. So after an insured has usually gotten their initial money from the insurance company, realized it was enough, and we realized it wasn't enough, then they usually start trying to work the claim themselves, which, if you think about it in comparison to a personal injury, into an accident right now, you already know, got to call a lawyer, right? You don't start calling the adjuster and figuring out, hey, so I think I have a spinal herniated disc, and I think the value of that herniated disc is this. And so they don't do that, but for some reason, because this industry and this area of law is much less common, people just think to work their claim themselves. So they'll start trying to make those calls themselves, talk to the insurance company, and then they find themselves potentially having to argue over damage. Oh, was your soffit and fascia damage? Like, is there anything wrong with your drip edge? Like those kind of things, like words that they had never really heard probably very often before. And then they usually get very exhausted, frustrated, and angry. And when they finally get to that, that usually takes about it usually takes between 2 months of fighting. Some of them fight for 6 months. And then eventually they're just like at a loss, right? And that's usually when they'll reach out to us after they have try to work it themselves, gave the insurance company the opportunity because they trusted them, right? They heard all those commercials. They have gotten emails from their insurance company. So they have full trust that they're going to do what's right. Then when they realize if they're not, and they go through that disappointing time, they call our firm. And so what we do, and we do it all contingency. So if we don't get any additional money, you don't have any responsibility to pay us. We get involved and we do another inspection on your behalf. So we come out there, inspect the damages. We create an estimate that we believe is reflective of your damage. And then we fight back and forth with the insurance company to try to get them to come to an agreement and settle. The tactics that they use with us are a little bit different. They're definitely more in depth, and there's things that they would never even think about trying to say to us a lot of times because we're lawyers. We obviously know the law, when they usually try to get advantage of their clients by their lack of knowledge of the law. Pretty much for us, the most of the time they're doing is usually just delaying, like just trying to find ways to keep on asking for additional documents that aren't really needed. So they kind of drag their feet. And then a lot of times they do pay because they know that we can sue them. Like they don't believe a homeowner can do it by themselves. So we can file a lawsuit. So if we can settle it during pre-litigation, we do. We do that a lot. And then if they don't pay enough and the insured is in agreement with that, then we file a lawsuit. We do it all in one firm going forward with litigation, and we set it for a trial. That's the best way to do it. We do it right after we file a lawsuit,
Oh,
and then we
good.
just go back and forth with them until we can come to a settlement.
That's that nugget that she just dropped right there is super important. My case lasted a year, different attorney, and we waited too long to file it and ask for the trial. And once that
Yeah.
got going, then all of a sudden magic started happening.
Yes.
So
Yep. Yep. Exactly.
yeah, that's vital. All right, cool.